I don't know about you, but September didn't exactly go according to my script. Some days felt heavier than they needed to. Some plans drifted. A few moments I'd love to rewind and handle differently. But I've been thinking maybe what we call endings aren't proof we failed. Maybe they're signals. Maybe they're the quiet nudge that says, hey, October is calling, are you coming or are you staying here with what's already over? If you felt that tug too, the sense that October is holding a different rhythm if you're brave enough to step into it, then let's talk. Let's exhale September together and walk in with intention when the calendar holds up a mirror. Have you noticed how the last few days of a month hit a little harder? It's like the calendar becomes a mirror, reflecting all the things you planned, postponed, promised, or avoided. You can almost hear it ask, what did you finish? What got away? What did you say you'd start tomorrow, and tomorrow kept moving? On paper, September is just 30 days, but emotionally, it closes like a season. Long days shorten, the air turns thoughtful, and that shift whispers a simple truth. Time doesn't wait. Just feeling that can add weight to your shoulders. Here's the tricky part. There's nothing magical about the jump from September 30th to October 1st. The sunrise doesn't rebrand itself. Your laundry doesn't fold out of respect for the new month. The to-do list is still the to-do list. And yet, in our minds, the line between months is a cliff edge. We stare over it and see everything that didn't land neatly, and we label that me. But it isn't you, it's just unfinished. The hidden drain, open loops. Think about all the small promises you made to yourself in September. The workout you meant to try 3 times a week starting Monday. The book you placed on your nightstand like a contract, still unopened. The text you owed to someone who matters. The idea that kept tapping your shoulder while you scrolled past it. Those don't disappear, they hover. Psychologists call them open loops. Tasks your mind wants to close but can't tuck away until you either do them or consciously release them. It's like running a bunch of apps in the background. Even if you're not actively using them, they drain the battery. By the last stretch of September, you're not necessarily exhausted from doing too much. You're exhausted from carrying too much. A desk full of half moves, a brain chewing on what didn't happen instead of digesting what did. That's why the end of a month can feel heavy in a way you can't name. The weight isn't failure, it's a signal. Your attention is asking to be reorganized. Endings aren't verdicts, they're invitations. Here's the hopeful shift. That heaviness is not a judgment, it's awareness. The end of a month is a pause hardwired into time. It's not there to scold you, it's there to help you sort what belongs with you into the next chapter. What can finally be set down? Endings create space, and space is where possibility lives. October sits right on the other side of that space like a clean doorway. But a doorway isn't a guarantee, it's an option. The question isn't, will October change me? The question is, will I let October change what I choose? October is a threshold, not a label. Most of us treat new months the way we treat new notebooks. We love the first page. We love the crispness, the first pen stroke, the promise of better notes, better habits, a better self. But a new page doesn't fix an old pattern. Moving into a fresh apartment with all the old clutter still packed in the boxes doesn't create a new life, just a new address for the same pile. That's why October can be sneaky. It feels new, but without intention, it becomes September with a different name. You've seen this at New Year's, gyms buzzing in January, journals filled with the big plans, and then February quietly absorbs the resolutions we never translated into rhythm. Psychologists have a name for why fresh starts feel powerful: temporal landmarks. Our brains love to declare, "This is a new me." The danger is believing the label is the change. It's not. The label opens the door. Your behavior decides whether you walk through. A true reset doesn't wait for January. I once heard about someone who chose October, not January, not a birthday, not a Monday, to draw a line. They were stuck in the same loop, dragging, distracted, waiting to feel inspired. When October arrived, they didn't overhaul everything. They chose one thing, a 10-minute walk each morning before looking at a screen. That was the rule. Not because the weather changed, not because their schedule got easier, but because they chose to inhabit a different version of themselves. By Halloween, the external life was similar, but internally they were different. Not magically, practically. They used October like a small, clear doorway and walked through with one new rhythm that didn't negotiate. That's the kind of shift that sticks, not because a month has power, because a decision does, reflection that actually transforms. So how do you press the reset in a way that lasts longer than a morning of motivation? Start by avoiding the trap most of us fall into. Stopping at reflection. Reflection is helpful, it's the mirror. But if you see the smudge and never wash your face, what's the point? Awareness without movement is just a nicer word for delay. You don't need more pep talks, you need a bridge from what you notice to what you'll do. Here's a simple practice for the last days of September, or the first week of October that actually moves the needle. Step 1. Inventory without shame. Grab a notebook, title a page, "What I'm not carrying into October." List 3 things, yes, only 3, that you refuse to drag forward. Make them specific. The nightly doom scrolling after 10 p.m. The story that I'm behind and there's no point starting. The tension with work that I keep avoiding. Naming is power. When you write them down, you're not just venting, you're closing loops. If a loop needs action, a conversation, an unsubscribe, a boundary, star it. Step 2. Choose intentions that live in your day, not just your head. On the next page, title it, "How October Will Feel in My Body." Choose 3 daily actions that make October recognizable from the inside out. Think practical, repeatable, boringly powerful. Walk outside for 10 minutes before I touch my phone. Send one honest message a day to reconnect, to thank, or to ask. Pause for a breath before I respond when I feel irritated. These aren't small, they're specific, and specificity is what turns a wish into a lever. Step 3. Create a container. Decide where these actions live. Set a 10-minute calendar block. Put a sticky note on your kettle. Pair the walk with your first cup of coffee. Tie the message to brushing your teeth at night. Behavior loves anchors. Step 4. Close one loop today. Pick the loop with the most drag and close it within 24 hours. Make the call. Delete the app for a week. Put the book in your bag and read 3 pages. One closed loop can free enough mental energy to make the next step obvious. Your brain likes closure. Use it. Just like closing one app can make your phone run smoother, closing even one mental tab changes how your day feels. October naturally creates a line between before and after, so help your brain feel that line. Decide what ended. Decide what began. Let your actions mark it in ink. I know someone who carried a job rejection like a bruise all through September. Every time they thought about the future, that bruise coloured the view. When October arrived, they did the inventory. On their not carrying list, they wrote, "Using that rejection as proof I'm not enough." On their intention list, they wrote, "Treat rejection as redirection. Spend 20 minutes each weekday scanning for roles that fit the life I actually want." Within weeks, they spotted an opening they'd have missed before. The opportunity didn't appear out of nowhere. Their attention did. That's what letting go really does. It returns your attention to you. The myth of all or nothing. Maybe part of you thinks, if I can't change everything, what's the point? But the people who sustain change don't move like wrecking balls. They move like sculptors, chip step back, chip step back. They remove what doesn't belong and protect the shape that's trying to emerge. It's not dramatic, it's faithful. You don't need a brand new personality to have a brand new month. You need one ritual you keep, one boundary you honour, one story you retire, the rest will gather around it. A gentler way to measure progress. Here's a different way to score. October. Don't count outcomes first, count kept promises. Did you take the 10-minute walk today? Score 1. Did you send the message? Score 1. Did you pause before reacting? Score 1. 3 points possible daily. You'll be shocked at how quickly your identity catches up to your behaviour. Humans become what they repeatedly do, and 3 daily points are enough to tilt a life. If you feel behind, if you're entering October with the feeling that you're late to your own life, hear me. Being behind is just a way of measuring that forgets the present exists. You can only start from where you actually are, and that's not a flaw, it's an advantage. And you don't need to carry the weight of every missed day to earn a good one. You just need this one. Try this sentence when your mind spirals. Nothing's wrong. I'm exactly on time for the change I'm choosing today. Say it out loud if you need to. Write it on a sticky note. A compassionate sentence can interrupt a cruel month. 3 micro resets for October. If you want October to feel different, try stacking these tiny resets into your day. 1. Reset in the first 5 minutes. Before you touch your phone, do one analog thing. Drink a glass of water, open the window, step outside, stretch your wrists, or read a single page. That moment tells your nervous system, we start with presence, not pressure. 2. Reset at the midpoint. Pick a midpoint ritual. Lunch, early afternoon, or after work, stand up. 3 deep breaths, 1 sentence in your notebook. What would make the rest of today lighter? Then do the smallest piece of that answer. 3. Reset before sleep. Close 2 loops. Clean 1 surface, desk, sink, nightstand, and set out 1 thing for tomorrow. Shoes by the door, water bottle, filled. Book open to the next page. You'll thank last night you in the morning. What to do with the hard days? October won't be perfect. You'll skip a day. You'll lose your temper. You'll stare at the wall instead of taking the walk. That doesn't erase your month. It humanizes it. When you miss, don't negotiate with shame. Just return. Returning is the skill that changes everything. Try this tiny repair script. Acknowledge, I missed the walk today. Normalize, misses happen. Recommit, I'm back on tomorrow 10 minutes before my phone. No drama, no debt, just the next representative. Let October be small and undeniable. Big transformations make headlines. Small ones make lives. Let October be the month where you stop auditioning for change and start living the line you drew. The outer world might not clap for a 10-minute walk or a single honest text, but your inner world will notice. And once your inner world changes, the outer one eventually follows. A closing picture to carry with you. Imagine you're standing at a doorway. Behind you is September, unfinished, imperfect, honest about what hurt and what helped. In front of you is October, unwritten, available, patient. You don't have to sprint through, you don't have to announce anything, you just have to step with 1 thing you'll do differently and 1 thing you're done dragging. So ask yourself quietly and sincerely, what 3 things am I not carrying into October? What 3 daily intentions will make October recognizable from the inside? What one loop will I close in the next 24 hours? Write your answers. Put them where you'll see them. Let them steer your day more than your mood does. The end of September doesn't define you. It prepares you. Those heavy thoughts, those loose ends, that restless feeling, they're not traps, they're trail markers. The weight you're feeling isn't a life sentence, it's a starting line. October is here, the door is open. Who walks through, the you repeating or the you choosing, is entirely up to you.